Okay, so I have a question today. It's the age-old question. It's the desert island. And the reason it got me thinking is a buddy of mine, we were talking about manga collecting, and I was like, man, honestly, I think I could downsize my collection, to be honest with you. Not every, listen, I have 1,300 volumes. Not every single one is essential. I'll be honest with you. Some of them were like, I don't know. Yeah, right stuff anime prices. Why, hey, why wouldn't I? And as collectors, at least I can speak for myself, maybe you guys, whoever you're watching the video, maybe you think the same way, but as collectors, sometimes the collecting brain, the collecting mentality takes over, and we make poor financial decisions because we just fall in love with this thing. Obviously, with me, it's manga, but for you, it could be anything, right? And you're just like, I know, I don't need this. I don't need this whatsoever. But it's $20 off. It's $20 off. I'm losing money not buying this. I would be a fool not to buy it. And we end up with, a bunch of stuff that maybe we don't need. Maybe it's nice on the shelf and maybe we enjoy it. But honestly, does really one person need 1,300 volumes? You know what I mean? Like, if I'm being honest with you, probably not. I am trying to get through every single one. I might make a video about it if you guys want. Would you like to see me read through every single manga in my collection? Not in one video. That would be 5 hours long. I'm not in one video. And when you get to a massive collection, or even, your 100 volume collection, whatever it may be, you start to think, what do I not want to live without? What are some series that, like, no matter what, man, unless, it's the house or the manga. You can make a house out of manga, though. So, like, you keep enough. Start putting windows or roof, parchment. It could be anything, If it rained, it'd be ruined. But hopefully it doesn't rain. So I was thinking, if I was trapped on a desert island, what are the 5 manga, man, I would have to keep? Like, in my collection, barring any type of crazy financial situation, what are the 5 manga series that I'm like, I am keeping this regardless? And disclaimer, big disclaimer, these might change tomorrow. You ask me again tomorrow this same exact question, some of them might be different. But I do know, without a shadow of a doubt, that I would definitely keep. And the first one has to be One Piece. I mean, if you've been following my channel at all, not only did reading One Piece really get me into making YouTube videos, which I thoroughly enjoy, hopefully you guys do too, I just think if you are really talking about a desert island scenario, One Piece has a lot of volumes. So even if you're saying the substance of that series is not for you, the quantity of that series cannot be understated. And in my opinion, because I am a fan of that stuff, I think you get a great wide genre when it comes to One Piece. Obviously, you have the shonen action stuff, but I really think good character development, drama. Listen, I have made whole playlists of reading through One Piece. If you want to hear any of my thoughts on One Piece, you know where to go. So I'm not going to spend time on this video about it, but of course, like are you shocked about that? You shouldn't be. You should not be shocked about that whatsoever. The second one, again, I've made videos about it, Vinland Saga. While yes, not the most lighthearted read, I just think that Vinland Saga transports you to that world. Same with One Piece. Those 2 series in my recent memory are 2 series that really transport you to their world, like let you live in that world. And obviously, if you're on a desert island, you want to be transported. You don't want to, you're running out of food. You got no water, you got salt water, you can't drink that. And you might have creatures on that island. My third choice is a silent voice. I have the deluxe editions. It comes in 2 volumes. A very big, very nice paper quality, very quality manga. And I know you're thinking to yourself, that's odd because it's short and, like you'll read through that in an afternoon. One, that story holds a very special place in my heart. Whether you read it or watch the anime movie, I think both are stellar. And two, while the subject matter is dark and sometimes, difficult to read or watch, because I think it does the stuff that it handles very, very well and delicately, it also transports you back into high school. And I don't know, I feel like if you're on this desert island, don't you want to think about a time where you were not on that desert island, where you were not there stranded? But no, in all reality, I think that story just really knocks it out of the park for me. And rereadability is going to be a very key thing if you're going to enjoy yourself with manga on, you can't go to the Barnes & Noble. There's no Barnes & Noble until you create one, until you build one. You build a society, right? You have this society, you're going to be the king of this island. Then you can have Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Kinokuniya. Possibility limitless, really. And with a silent voice, I think there's something to be said of hitting the genre of romance. Because if you think of the other two series that I have, of One Piece and Vinland Saga, not a ton of romance going on. But with a silent voice, you're experiencing this story of these young kids going through a lot while on top of falling in love with each other. And while, yes, that is a genre that's been done to death, maybe it's because it was one of my first or something. Maybe I have nostalgia, rose-colored glasses with it. But if I was going to bring that type of manga with me, it has to be a silent voice. Number 4 on this list has to be Silver Spoon. And I'll tell you, listen, I've done videos about Silver Spoon. I'm not gonna listen. It's one of my favorite series I've ever read. But there's a secret of why it's coming to the desert island with me. Agricultural. Listen, you might learn some stuff reading this manga. This manga, hey, it's planting seeds, figuratively and physically, it's teaching you some stuff. So you're learning some stuff with Hachiken and the crew. In all seriousness, I love that story. There's videos on the channel about Silver Spoon. And instead of in Castaway, where there's a volleyball, I am pretending to be friends with the Silver Spoons cast. So, Silver Spoon. I love that series. And the 5th one is the Berserk Deluxe Editions, because you can use them as weapons. Hey, listen, you need something to put your tin on? Berserk volume. You need fire for kindling? Berserk volume. My 5th and final one is Haikyuu. And again, it's tough even just saying this, because like I said, you can ask me tomorrow, and most of these might change. There's a few that will not. But I think the reason that I would bring a story like Haikyuu, one, it's relatively long, and two, it's about overcoming. And I feel like, and especially when I watched the anime and even read the manga, it gives you that feeling of I can accomplish my goals. I can accomplish what I've set out to do. I think that if you're on this island, it could push you in a direction to get off the island. And that's what any good story can do. I think a good story makes you feel something. Could be anything. It could make you feel sad, happy, motivated, whatever. As long as it elicits a response out of you, that's a good story. And, when I was sitting here thinking about, what are the 5? What are the 5 that I couldn't see myself getting out of my collection, and thus it spiraled into this? I think those 5 I couldn't take out of my collection. They mean too much to me. For very different reasons and some similar reasons, those 5 series mean a lot to me. And I come to them for very different things. And like I said, if you're feeling down and out, that's why we enjoy manga. You're feeling down and out, kind of in the dumps. A good story can kind of brighten up your day and get you out of a bad mood. You're feeling you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. You read a good manga, you're like, well, yes, not every problem that kept me up late at night is fixed, but I really enjoyed my time with this series. And I think that's all we can ask out of manga. But I don't know. I thought this would be a fun exercise that I would kind of pose with you guys. Let me know in the comments, what are the 5 series that you would bring with you on a desert island? or 5 series that you could never see yourself getting rid of in your collection. As always, I appreciate you guys who watched the end of the video. It means the world to me. And as always, I hope if you're having a bad day, it gets better. And if you're having a good day, it becomes fantastic. I'll see you next time.